Hey guys, Mix here. Today we're going to be installing the final part for the dirt bike, and that's the front brake lever. We're also going to be attempting to try and make it look better. So as you guys know, the front brake lever, the piston's all seized up, so this doesn't move at all, which means that the front brakes don't work. But luckily I have this nice new one, so we're going to be installing that. I know you guys said not to paint the plastics, but I'm just going to try. I painted the plastics on the quad and it came out fine. So I'm just going to try it, and worst comes to worst, I just have to get new plastics. Now let's install this. It looks pretty simple. You basically just have to do everything in reverse because they're basically identical. Let's start that now. On the new brake lever is pretty easy. Now I need to put in brake fluid, but one concern that I have is that it was so corroded in the brake line and on here in the old one. Like you can see how like the rust and stuff coming out. I'm hoping that this brake line isn't clogged. I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed, but now all we have to do is get some brake fluid. I just came back from the store and I got the brake fluid, and I also got some spray paint that works on plastic, so I'm just gonna try it out. So now what I'm gonna start doing is taking off the top of the master cylinder to start putting in the brake fluid. And then I have to bleed the brakes, which I've never done before, so it's gonna be a learning experience. So I'm gonna try and bleed these brakes. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully have some brake pressure. I just finished bleeding the brakes. Now we have pressure, and now the front wheel stops. I just finished putting on the 2 screws on the top of the master cylinder. Now I just want to take it for a quick spin just to see how well the brakes work. Brakes work great. I'm super happy that the brake line wasn't clogged. Now that we got the front brakes working, I want to test out this paint. When I paint it, I want to take off the whole front fender and like the side flares and the rear fender. But I'm just gonna do a little strip here. I just want to see how it comes out before I take this off. So I just sprayed on a little bit, and I tried to match it up as good as possible as you know, the original look before it got all oxidized and stuff. And I think it looks mostly similar. But when this is all wet and everything, you can see the real color, and it's pretty close to that. So I'm gonna let that dry for a little while and see how it comes out. So I've been letting it sit for about an hour, and it looks awesome. So I'm gonna take off the whole front fender and spray paint all of it. Off the dirt bike, and I'm just gonna wipe it down with the wet paper towel, just get out, you know, all that dirt and everything, so the paint isn't all lumpy. The fender all washed down, and on the painting tarp, now we're gonna paint it. I just finished painting it, and it looks really good. On camera it looks a little bit more purpley, but it's actually more like bluer. So I'm gonna let that dry before I do under it. Meantime, I'm gonna be taking off these side flares. So I just took off the first side plastic. I'm just gonna take off all these old graphics and everything. Wipe it down a little and then spray. I just wiped it down, now let's paint it. Finish this one, and this is looking really good. Like, this one came out really nice. I was a little afraid that, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was like an outline from the graphics. I was hoping that those wouldn't stand out, but it blended in perfectly. It's nice and shiny, and I'm really liking how this is all coming out so far. I ran into a bit of a problem when I was taking off the other side cover. This pole came off fine, but this screw keeps rounding off. So I'm trying everything to get it off. I'm trying flat heads, I'm trying, you know, Phillips heads, but nothing's working. So what I might have to do is just, you know, put a bunch of newspaper around here and then just spray it from the dirt bike. Just finished doing this one, and my little paper towel background works pretty well. Now onto the last blue plastic, the rear fender. I had to take off those 2 bolts and 1 bolt on the side. It's time to take off the fender. There were a lot more bolts than I thought there were. There were 4 all the way on top, and then 2 on the sides. And then I had to take off this like back mud flap to get to the 2 of them. But now let's take this off. Alright guys, now let's paint it. So I just finished the fender, and I've just finished putting on the second coat on the plastics. And it says it dries in 10 minutes, and it does, I've noticed. But I'm just gonna let it dry for a while, because I'm sure it dries in 10 minutes that you could touch it and everything, but probably not 10 minutes that you could handle it. So all the plastics are dry. Now I'm gonna start doing under them. And doing under here is probably gonna be a little difficult because it might drip down. But I'm just gonna see how this goes. Just do like a light layer. Just finished doing under the front fender. I'm gonna start going under the rear fender. I'm not even gonna bother doing the inside of this one because you can't even see it. So I'm gonna let under these plastics dry, and I'll put them on. I really love how this paint is coming out. It looks great. So everything's now done drying, but it's getting dark out. So I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. We are back the next day. All of our plastics are dry and they are looking really nice. Now all we have to do is put them back on. Let's do that now. Guys, I just finished painting it. All the plastics are on, and this thing looks awesome. It looks so much cleaner. I really like how the paint came out. It looks pretty sweet. So I'm gonna be concluding today's video right here. Next time we're probably gonna be trying to clean up the frame, because I'm gonna try and look for like a special type of paint to fix that, because it's like a darker silver. It's not really a light silver. So I'm gonna try and find something similar to that. But before I end it, I want to address something. Some of you have been commenting saying that this bike is, junk and stuff, and it's a little junky, but whatever. It's my junk. I'm just trying to make it look better, give the dirt bike a new life. When I got it, it was basically just gonna get thrown away. So I took it, got it running. I just want to try and make it look better. And everyone's saying to like get name brand bikes, but I would, but I don't know if it's like this where some of you live, but the name brand bikes for sale are like $3,000 and above, so it's like insane. Maybe one day I'll definitely get one. Also, I've been thinking about doing daily uploads. Let me know down in the comments if you think I should. I've been really considering it, but stay tuned for next video. Basically finishing this thing up, making it look better. I'm probably gonna do a top speed run on it, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends about the channel. Thanks for watching.